Hello everyone, it's Professor Albert Nigrin here. I'm the Executive Director and the Curator of the New Jersey Film Festival. I founded the festival back in 1982 when I was a graduate student and I wanted to see great movies. And the festival has evolved over the decades. And we're now the champions of independent film for the last 2 decades. And we've been doing this Filmmaker series here at EBTV with a lot of the local filmmakers because there's so many talented filmmakers in our state that we wanted to make sure that we had them on screen here so that you could see how wonderful they are. Today's guest is Sam Freeman. He's from Montclair, New Jersey, and his film is called Don't Look in the Dark, and it will be screening on Saturday, January 31st, online for 24 hours on that day, and in person at 7 p.m. Sam's going to be there to do the Q&A with the audience, but today we're here to ask him about how he ended up making this crazy horror film.
Well, thanks for having me here, Professor.
Yes.
I think this all started a couple years ago when I read an interview with Stephen King. And he was talking about how he felt that the most effective form of horror always has been and always will be radio. Because when you're listening to horror, there's nothing that can match what you're imagining in your head compared to what you can see on the screen with TV or film. And that got me thinking. I was like, wow, that, radio and what you hear will always be more powerful than what you see. And it had me to start thinking, is there any way to marry that notion to something actually cinematic? To have a film where you're not seeing everything, and a lot of it you have to imagine and it has to play out in your head. And it also got me thinking about being immersed in darkness. Because when you're listening to radio or a podcast, you can close your eyes. You can be a dark room or you can be anywhere you like. But this whole notion of being immersed in darkness, even if you're seeing it in a movie with possibly a communal setting, that got me thinking, wow, that could be really cool, sitting in a movie theater with a bunch of people where half the movie you're immersed in complete blackness, hearing what's going on and waiting for what the next image or the next glimpse of what the film is going to show you. So that's basically how this idea for a film came about.
So it's really about, we're hanging out with two folks, a couple.
Yes.
And they're in the woods
Yes.
on a camping trip. We don't know where they are.
Not yet.
And their phones just start recording
Yeah.
without them doing anything. So
Yeah.
there's a kind of sci-fi angle to the film too.
Yeah, and one of these, I guess, criticisms of found footage movies, I always ask, and I know a lot of people always ask, why do you keep filming? You have this terrible thing after you, why don't you just drop the camera, drop whatever device you have, and run? So we wanted to present something where there was a bit of an answer to that. Their devices start filming before they even know that they're filming. So their video recorders are going on and they don't even know. And so much of the movie's happening at night. So they have their phone out with their flashlights, aiming ahead, aiming where they're seeing, and everything's being recorded through no fault of their own.
Right.
So there's something supernatural that's having this happen.
So tell us about the two people that are in your film. How did you find them?
I pretty much, in terms of the characters, I looked in the mirror a bit for both the characters and looked for what I see as my flaws and what I wanted to work on as a husband, as a parent, and fears of being in a relationship, fears of having a new baby.
Right.
So I mind a lot of that. And in terms of the actors, we did a casting call. We did a casting call where we couldn't see the actor's face at all. So we were just looking at a black screen, hearing their voices as well. Yeah. And that's how we chose what we feel were these two wonderful actors who came aboard.
Yeah, and when you said radio, that was one of the first things I wrote down when I was rewatching your film, that it definitely reminded me of Orson Welles, War of the Worlds. And
right.
It had that kind of rhythm and cadence from the dialogue between the two actors that was perfect for me. And, I'd say you don't see anything for maybe half of the film. Is that accurate?
I would say 50% of it is darkness. But the thing is, there, depending on what screen, how you see it, whether it's in a theater, whether it's on TV screen, whether it's on your phone,
Yeah.
there might be things hidden in the dark that you'll see depending on how
Little
you watch the
snippets,
films.
yeah.
Yep, something that whatever this entity in the film is trying to get out. So that on repeat watches or on different devices, or whether it's night out or if it's day, you're going to see something different every single time you watch this film.
And that was something you definitely wanted when you made
Yes,
the movie.
100%.
Very cool. So tell us where you shot the film. Was it close by? Was it far away?
Yeah, we shot this in the Eagle Rock Reserves in New Jersey. So it's in New Jersey. It is part of Montclair.
Right.
It goes around
So
a
close
couple of
to
towns.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Close to
So
home.
was it difficult shooting in the rain? I mean, there's some sequences that are pretty questionable
Yeah,
in terms of.
I mean, if that's even real rain that you're seeing,
Okay.
or if that was, the sound design. And this is one of those films where you're not even seeing the actors' faces.
Right. I don't think we
So-
do. I
No,
don't think we
and
do.
we want people to leave this film wondering if who they even saw is who they think they were seeing. So we're hoping, while it obviously is something unique and different and entertaining, hopefully that people will come out with the movie with a lot of questions, with hopes to rewatching it and seeing things that they missed in the dark the first time.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, when I watched it the first time, I thought it was almost an experimental film because the camera is not like the way you would normally use a camera. It's as if, when you're butt dialing somebody,
Right.
or it just happens.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of swirling images, and I thought that's really cool because it also forces the viewer to invest themselves into the project to get anything out of it.
Yes.
So kudos to you. We did the world premiere of Robbie Banfich's The Outwaters back during the pandemic in 2022. And I thought there's definitely some similarities with both of your films, but I thought yours was definitely more obscure. And I
Yes.
thought, I think when you're dealing with psychological horror, not showing is more frightening than showing.
Yeah.
And
I was
so-
such a big fan of the Outwaters, and that's one of the many reasons I was so excited that we were selected to this festival, because it was where the world premiere of the Outwaters that had such an imprint on the horror genre.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Robbie's from New Brunswick. It was a no-brainer to show his film. And I thought, Blair Witch Project and Skinamarink, those are films that I liked, but I didn't like as much as your film and
wow.
Robbie's. I thought that they were taking more chances than those other two films.
I think with both of us, it's much more of a sensory experience,
yeah,
not
for sure.
just your narrative, but also a complete immersive sensory experience that is, depending where and how you see it, you can experience it differently.
All right, my last question for you is, is the couple going to be able to come to the in-person screening?
Oh yes, they are.
So we
going
can
to be
really
there.
see what
yes.
they look like.
Yes, they will be so excited.
It should be a lot
Yes,
of fun.
I mean, as far as if you believe us that these are the people that we showed, then yes, those two
We've
people.
sold a
will-
lot of tickets for your screening already, and we're
excited.
taping
We're
this
very-
in
we're
December.
excited.
So it should be a really nice show. Folks, if you do want to see this wonderful film, Don't Look in the Dark, it will be screening with a bunch of shorts that are all really, really wonderful films. Some are local. There's a film from Hollywood, two films from New York, and another Jersey filmmaker. So there will be some other filmmakers there with you doing Q&A with the audience after the program is over.
Great.
And again, it's on Saturday, January 31st at 7 p.m. in Voorhees Hall, room 105, on the Rutgers University campus in New Brunswick, New Jersey. There's free parking. You just have to register your car, and all that information's on our welcome page at our website. And Sam's going to be there to take questions from the audience too, and I'm sure you'll have many of them. So I want to say thank you so much for
Thank you so
spending
much.
this time with us, and hope to see you all at the movies.
Giro, giro tondo, casca il mondo, casca la terra, tutti giù per terra. Babe, are you impressed with my Italian nursery?
As much as you are impressed with my English. What's that?
What's what? Oh my God! Honey, hey, stop.
Why?
Is that a little kid?
There's nobody there.
Do you feel that?
Feel what?
I just saw him again. In front of that overturned tree root again, but we're so far away from that now.
There's no way it's the same tree.
There, look! It's the overturned tree root.
We're lost. Just wait. Okay, look up. I'm right. Come on. Maybe the thing wants this footage to get out.
What?
It shows everyone what's in the dark.
No, we're not alone.